Hey, tripping away. Hey, tripping away. Hey, tripping away.
Vamos brincar, baby.
Hold me, hug me, kiss me, kill me, God, the valley, just lock me.
Take me, try me, trip me, trap me, I say y'all just rock me.
Sunrise beach shadow sera nadakalam, moonlight la inanju mottham pechu kulikalam.
Civilization மறக்கலாம் சிறகடிச்சு பறக்கலாம் தடுக்கி விழுந்த இடத்தில் கூட தங்க புதையல் எடுக்கலாம். Your love, you only live once. Your love, you've got to do tons.
Welcome back to Rediscovering World, where every journey is a story waiting to be told. Today, we find ourselves on the breathtaking island of Jersey, tracing winding coastal paths that leads to one of its most iconic landmarks, Corbière Lighthouse, which is perched against the dramatic cliff and kissed by the Atlantic breeze. And this lighthouse is more than a beacon. It's a symbol of resilience, history, and beauty. So join us as we uncover its charm, explore the wild seascapes, and rediscover a piece of world you won't want to miss. So let's crack on. So we actually had to cancel our visit to Corbière Lighthouse earlier. I think you must have noticed that there was a bit of rain and the skies were gloomy and the wind was just too wild. But I think today the things finally cleared up and we are just back on the road heading there right now. So we as a family, we are all really excited, especially the kids. You can see Zoha up in front keeping an eye on the road with me. And in the back we have got Hannah and little Zoya, all smiles and full of energy. And the sun speaks through the clouds and it feels like the perfect day to finally see this beautiful lighthouse. As we are driving through the winding roads of Jersey, we are just passing through some of the absolutely stunning mansions which are tucked into the hillside, and they are like something out of a movie. So the views are just getting better and better with every turn. You could see all the houses on your left and right, and now we are just pulling into the car park near the Corbière. So it's just literally here is the car park to the lighthouse. So we take the right turn from here. So you could literally see and I would say you could already sense the feel or the sea breeze and you could hear the waves in the distance. So right next to the car park, there is a lovely little Jersey ice cream shop. I think we have heard so much about it and I think a quick treat might be in order before we head down to explore the lighthouse. And I think Zoha and Zoya are already eyeing the flavors. This is going to be a sweet stop before the big view. But apparently we thought we just go and see the lighthouse and come back and have that beautiful flavors of Jersey ice cream. So we just drove a little more downhill and we got another car parking which is quite close to the lighthouse. So we parked there and we thought of just walking towards the lighthouse. So now we are just walking towards the lighthouse. The walk is already feeling magical. You have got the sea stretching out to the horizon and this fresh ocean breeze in the air. And you could see some houses where some of the cars are parked, and we haven't seen any restaurants, to be honest, but there are few couple of houses. I think it's for the tourists where they come and live, and I'm not sure they are for the residents who lives there. And you could see the white lighthouse which stands tall at the end of the causeway. I'll tell you about the history about this lighthouse, which was built in 1874. It was the first lighthouse in the British Isles, which is made up of concrete, and it's been guiding ships safely through these rocky waters ever since. So the name Corbiere actually means the place of the crows in Old French, a nod to the dramatic rugged beauty of this coastline. It's not just a lighthouse, it's a piece of history surrounded by crashing waves and epic views. So we can't wait to get a closer look. So right now we are just walking towards the causeway, and you could see all the warning things and everything clearly depicted. And I would suggest during high tidal waves it's restricted to cross the causeway towards the lighthouse. As we walk, you could literally see there is a lot of notice signs which reminds the visitors that the causeway gets covered quickly during the high tide. So I would say just to double check the tide times before crossing, and I think there is a lot of app which literally tells you about the tide times, and it's useful to have a check before you cross it. And there is warning siren that goes off too, so just in case. So it's really important to plan your visit carefully according to the tide times. So once the tide comes in, the path you could see literally in front of you disappears completely underwater. So around the lighthouse there is so much you could see: the rugged rose, crystal blue water, the seabirds gliding through the wind, and some of the World War II bunkers, which I think I have already shown you in my previous videos, and which is still nearby. So the lighthouse itself is not open to the public inside, but just being there is an experience, walking through the histories and everything. So we literally enjoyed being there, and I would say my kids enjoyed the path towards the lighthouse. And for me, the best part is every angle is picture perfect. So it's good for photos, videos, or just soaking in the moment. So we'll take our time here, breath it all in, and share every bit of it with you all, guys. So stay tuned until the last of the video. Actually, this path is only visible during low tide, and as you can see, it's surrounded by some absolutely stunning rock formation. Actually, these rugged rocks, which are shaped by centuries of Atlantic waves and strong tidal currents. Many are made up of pink granite, which is quite unique to this area, and if you look at them closely, you will notice the little tidal pool nestled between the rocks, and these become mini ecosystem when the tide recedes. So I would say it's just a beautiful causeway towards the lighthouse. And there was very little tourists on that day, so we could literally wander around in this beautiful area. When I speak about the tide here is not a joke. Especially Jersey has one of the biggest tidal ranges in the world, sometimes over 12 meters. That's why this path disappears so quickly once the water returns. So you might even hear a siren go off as a warning when it's time to leave. So check this out. My kids are quite fascinated about the shells. You could literally see a lot of shells washed up along the edges. You will spot limpets, periwinkles, and tiny hermit crabs hiding in the rock crevices. And don't miss the bladderwrack seaweed. It's that bubbly seaweed you often see stuck to the rocks. It's actually very important for marine life. One of my favorite things about this walk is what the tide leaves behind. So if you just look at all these shells which is been scattered along the rocks and scant, you will often find limpets. Those are little cone-shaped ones which is stuck tightly to the stones. So, and you could literally see the spiral-shaped ones, and which are like called as periwinkles, and that one which we saw just now is a type of seaweed that's super common here. It's got these round air bubbles that help it float and soak up sunlight during the high tide. So seaweed like this is actually a mini forest for a small marine creatures, offering a shelter and food between the tides. So on the long way you could see the lighthouse very clearly in this bright sky. It's absolutely a stunning place, especially for good pictures and everything. So you could literally see that lighthouse just in front of you, and it looks stunning, right? It's built in that 19th century and it still guides ships safely passing these treacherous waters. So just a magical place to explore, especially with the sea all around you and the wind in your hair. Now we are reaching towards the lighthouse. I think you can see my kid is just running towards it. So it's actually built in 1874, and this was the first lighthouse in the British Isles made up of concrete, and it is still fully functioning today, helping guide ships safely across these dangerous tidal waters. So this is the gate of that lighthouse, and this lighthouse itself is not open for public tours inside, but the real magic is that walk to get here, especially at the low tide, and you can cross this causeway safely. Then just make sure to check the tide times before you come. So there is even a warning siren which I already mentioned which help you to know when the sea is returning. So around here you could see a detailed description about the lighthouse, how things are made up of, and its importance for the navigation for the ships. And here you could take a lot of pictures, and you could see, you will find everything like you wish to take some pictures on, like in the background. And you could find a few seating areas which is perfect for a picnic or just watching the waves crashing in. And there are breathtaking views of the sea, especially at sunset, and I would say it's one of the best places in Jersey to spend quality time with family. And especially whether you are exploring rock pools, taking photos, or just soaking in the fresh sea air. So if you ever been into Jersey, this is a must visit, which is a peaceful, dramatic, and full of natural beauty. And La Corbiere is not just a lighthouse, I would say it's an experience. There are a few things which I would like to mention in this video, which is regarding the safety. So I'm just going through the quick safety note if you are visiting this area with kids, because the tides comes in here really fast. So always check the tide tables before you head out, and the causeway gets covered completely, and there is a siren that warns when it's time to get back. So once it sounds, head back right away, and it only gives you about 10 to 15 minutes. So always keep your little ones close, especially near the rocks and water. Some surfaces are very slippery with the seaweeds, and those little rock pools, while fun, can be a bit sharp around the edges. And there are safe spots to sit and play up near the top of the path, perfect if you want to have some time to relax, having you can have an eye on them. So I would say it's all very safe as long as you plan well and stick to the tight schedule. Then it becomes a magical experience for the whole family. Honestly, I would say we have spent a lovely bit of time here just soaking it all in, and the kids had a blast climbing the rocks, spotting little crabs in the pools, and running around in the sea breeze. Honestly, this is a peaceful spot to just pause, enjoy the view, and connect as a family. But now it's time to head back and go and explore the rest of Jersey. So there are many more things to explore, like beaches, castles and hidden gems which are waiting for us. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you enjoyed this little adventure, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And I've got more Jersey vlogs coming soon, family days out, scenic walks and tips for making the most of your visit. So see you in the next one, and it's bye from Corbiere.